when you find out that you've been secretly sabotaging your life because you have a secret feeling of unworthiness and abandonment and worthlessness, so you sabotage yourself in any kind of intimate relationships and or like personal relationships that are too demanding of your time, and even your own life. You don't even care about your own life because you have the deep sense of unworthiness, and that all comes from feeling powerless, and that all comes from having the same beliefs for your whole life but not knowing that it came from childhood, and it's not natural to have this feeling of powerlessness and being able, like, our bank account is the only thing that gives us confidence, because that is how you turn into a matrix bot. The real way of having an abundant mindset is knowing that you're the abundance, and then the money reflects that. So a lot of richer people, rich kids, they'll kind of have this feeling of, oh, life is for me to do whatever I want, and they'll represent the abundance. They are worthy, and then they'll just make money and have a great life. But poorer people will constantly feel like they need to compensate, overcompensate, act better than they really are, and they'll have a tougher time in relationships. They'll have a tougher time making money because they feel like they are not worthy as they are. This next job will make them feel worthy. This relationship will make them feel worthy. And this is all a psyop BS, because the worthiness we have is directly created to our creative potential. So if you feel totally unworthy of money and your only way of doing it is going through work and working for someone else, then you're not going to be using your creative potential, and you're basically turning into a zombie bot, and that just which basically is like selling your soul, because you're just being a bot that is just the flesh, living in the world of imperfection instead of living in God's world of total perfection. And so everyone, 80% of people are just all a bunch of broken children that have a false sense of value, and 20% of people are just just really being abundance and bringing in new earth abundance from their imagination to the earth. Because that's the thing, our minds are a portal to the infinite. So if we are manifesting, we're wasting our mind thinking about all this stupid corporate bullshit, we're wasting our time. But if we're thinking about crazy creations of value and stuff like that, then we're, can manifest actual money, like right in our heads. And it comes from worthiness and feeling perfect enough to express it. And that's the ultimate manifestation technique, because as I was making negative storylines for myself, oh, I can't do that because of this, oh, I can't do that because of this, oh, I can't do that, all BS, just trying to hide my feeling of unworthiness, because if I'm exposed to truly being unworthy, then I'll be shattered. But that's the thing, it's like, I gotta grow up past that. And I didn't even know that was what I was doing too. I thought I was like a good person. Like, oh, they're too good. Nope, all bullshit. So the real way of doing it is positive storylines. So what we really want to be having is positive storylines in our own minds that make us feel good and make us improve our life, because that is what we can connect to where we can instantly teleport and make a new reality. Instead of me going like, oh, I can't do that, I'm too much of a this, we can be like, I'm gonna do that by in the next 3 days. I have everything I need to do that. I'm gonna 100% easily do this. So this might seem weird, but a lot of us have this feeling of unworthiness. We make excuses to not express ourselves, and it all comes from bullshit reasons of not feeling worthy to express ourselves, especially with women and men too. Like, having that feeling of unworthiness can come across to women and men too. It's like high value men and high value women have this sense of worthiness, nothing you do is going to really affect them too much. They're not overly compensating on someone else giving them love. But people with this scarcity mindset are going to really try to overcompensate and, be just try to overcompensate and shy away from putting themselves out there. And that's why a lot of, more the girls really do like the guys that are just more assholes, which is because they're just more open. They make them feel safe. The soft guys like me are just like, well, not like me. I'm fucking like, I'm just a complete psychopath. But most guys like feel like they need to really serve the girl, but they don't want that. They want to be able to talk to the guy because they want to be able to feel their ability of expression, and that comes from the guy feeling super worthy and super abundant. Doesn't even need money, just to have a super strong feeling of worthiness. So the girl knows that nothing they say to them will hurt their feelings or make them sad or anything. They're not going to be judged. Because in poverty households, almost anything you say, you're getting judged. Anything you say, especially me, like everything I said, my dad would be like, oh, actually you're wrong, you want to do this, actually you want to do this, actually you want to do this. So over time, it was like a form of like sexual breaking my mind. It's almost like rape, because it's putting thoughts into someone's head that they didn't ask for. And it's almost exactly the same. Now, only serious, like traumatized parents do this. Regular parents, people that are happy, don't do this to their children, but traumatized parents that have just a complete ego-driven mind, and they just are they don't even understand that they're complete narcissists, psychopaths, because they just secretly are trauma dumping onto children, and they're just like bitching at the child and whatever. They don't really care what the effect of is. They just kind of want to do it because why not? We can. That's what narcissists do. They just do whatever they want. They don't really care about anyone or anything. It's all just about whatever they want. And that's the mindset that us soft little angel boys need. It's just that super sense of narcissism. Because when we do put it out there, everyone gets scared. Everyone gets running away and scared. But, it all comes from feeling unworthy. We have to start feeling worthy, and we have to start putting these idiot men in their place that just want to, obsess about all this money and all the girls and all this useless bullshit. Because they're the ones keeping this matrix system up. The men and the women that are just obsessed with the matrix and, money, family, bullshit, this kind of stuff is just like how this stupid earth system is running. If people were like, hey, maybe there's more to life than sex and more to life than just like doing what my mommy wants me to do, maybe we could have a cool planet where everyone's not a slave that doesn't even know they're a slave. They're all, you know what I mean? Like no one knows what the hell's really going on. But yeah, it's a little fun little game called Enslave Yourself, Earth. It's but that's the main thing of getting out of it is having that sense of worthiness. And the thing is too is that eventually you get out of school, you get out of college, now your sense of worthiness is those educational bullshit that you had. Your creative mind is no longer valid for anything except like, your little hobby on the side. But other than that, fucking useless. So this makes people feel that they can't even talk about things unless they have a master's degree, and they can't try to even make money or create anything because they haven't been trained. And narcissistic parents that are weak and traumatized, like my dad and mom, have that mindset, and that's just like total poverty mindset. So I think that's fascinating, but there's a lot of other people out there that aren't, super, super judgmental and critical. And that's why it's so horrible for parents to not understand psychology and basic psychology, stuff like this, because you're going to damage the shit out of your kids and you're going to turn them into poor idiots. By just, creating the thought forms and getting emotional, being super emotional as a male. It's just like, what are you doing? it's extremely feminine to be emotional as a male. My dad is so emotional. Like, literally anything you say, he'll start freaking out about it. Like, it doesn't even matter, really. I'll be like, oh, I want to be a fisherman. And be like, don't be a fisherman. Fishermen are the worst. Like, that kind of shit is, like, the most toxic child predator shit out there. And my inner child literally, like, hates that shit so much. So the new earth and, where we're going with humanity is all about, being able to be valuable enough in your own life to not have to trauma dump your bullshit onto children and to other people. Because it's just immature. Like, learn something. Learn about things. Don't just read the newspaper every day and think you're going to grow. You're not growing into anything. That's the thing, too, is that when you're in the 3D, now you're successful, you have value in the 3D, you ain't learning anything else. Your life is over. You're basically just going to have your mortgage, have your kids, and that's it. Your life, you didn't learn anything else. And as this happens, people just, go back, restart, try again. But, when you are in the awareness of infinite perfection and infinite value, shit changes. And if you're in your power and you're worthy of whatever you want, you can vibrate to it instantly. That's the thing. It's about being able to be a vibrational match to shit consistently enough to materialize it into the world. So going through college, going through all this school stuff, it reverse manifests our abundance. It, instead of positive actions and creative potential, it's all just mundane, lower vibrational, judgmental BS. And it's directly related to why everyone's poor and doesn't want to learn anything else. We think learning, like, there was a million in school, I was like, oh, I can't, I'm stupid, I'm just not learning anything. But that mindset is powerless poverty mindset. And if the smart people, the creative people are thinking that, it's really hard to get out of it, to start actually being creative again. And not just be like a masked person that feels like they're valuable because they're doing whatever society wants. And yeah, so and I literally still have this feeling of unworthiness. But hopefully we can make some money now. I'm gonna make some dope ass hypno tapes, and it's gonna be great. I'm gonna make a lot of money. It's gonna be really great. I'm not gonna be I don't even know. They're still making excuses all day. Under not thinking that the excuses are total BS, because that's the thing. We have infinite excuses to not only feel as good as we want, but to do whatever we want. And we can do infinite bad things. We can just stay in, darkness, or we can be we can raise our emotional levels and feel joyful all the time and do things that make us, make money and make us feel good. And over time, you'll manifest something. You'll manifest, based on your ability to feel joyful all the time and receptive to abundance, you'll get it. But if you're feeling unworthy, like I was feeling constantly unworthy my whole life. So I was overthinking all the time. I was always feeling like I needed something to approve what I wanted to do. And I always felt like I could never have an intimate relationship because I feel financially worthy, so how could I be worthy enough for a woman? And I'm also have body dysmorphia where I feel unworthy of women also. So, it's life on Earth's really insane, especially for the really intelligent people that get brainwashed by their own parents in the schools. Because, we are aware that, we don't want to get brainwashed and become just like a subservient slave to, Statue of Liberty. Because that's not God. God is not a woman. God is a man and chooses to create realities. That's what God's all about. Creating reality, not working for people. Creating realities is involved manifestation, creation. And it's a stream, it's an expression. of going out, expanding masculine energy, muscles, growth. And even women, that's the thing. Women express masculine energy, they expand out, and they actually have an easier time doing it because they feel more worthy. They feel more valuable than men do, because everyone wants, beautiful women. They feel so good at a young age. They're just told how pretty they are and how amazing they are. But men are told you're worthless, you're basically nothing, you have to work your whole life and maybe you'll be happy 20 years from now. So men are constantly, unfortunately, just little children that are just pissed off all the time because we just jump into the matrix. They're too weak to calculate what's actually going on. They just submit, fit right in, do whatever they're told. It's great. It wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to be doing this shit on Earth. I wouldn't be able to just be chilling all day, manifesting my millionaire reality. But yeah, so be grateful for everyone and realize that no one needs your help. No one needs your help. They're all good, doing whatever the hell they want. Who cares? They're working for the system, helping it go on. That's the thing. It's not everyone's ready for 5D. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. So feel worthiness, or and that's the thing too, is that I always feel I'm too much of I can't be worthy, I can't do this, I can't show everyone how awesome I am. That mindset is also the poverty mindset. So we should be wanting to express ourselves fully, show what we have to the world fully. Any excuse to not fully show yourself who you are to the world, you have poverty mindset. That's why, people can tell this high-value man, high-value woman by how they throw themselves to the world. And that's why, pictures and Instagram and stuff like that, it's it shows right away what kind of men feel about themselves and what women feel about themselves. And someone like me, scared of, being in the world, didn't even post a lot of pictures on social media. Just I don't want to do that. I don't want girls to like me, and I don't want people to talk to me. But yeah, so it's about these storylines that we tell ourselves. I don't know about anyone else is doing this, but it's an autistic trait, I think, an avoidant attachment trait, where we just make things up that aren't true. So make up the stories that are a little delusional, but that are true, and then you'll be able to have an awesome life, and you'll be able to just think positively, because that's the thing too, is with sensitive people, we just want to think negatively all the time and feel like there's a reason why we're not valuable, besides us choosing to not be valuable. So yeah, check out my hypno tapes on my website, thebotionmaster.com. They are going to brainwash you into the fifth dimension.